It's showtime, my friend. How nice, come on in. It's so good to see you again. Got stories to share. I'm virtually there. It's showtime, my friend. It's showtime, my friend, with a tear or a grin. We're chomping the bit to begin. Wear sweatpants or slacks. Let's break out the snacks. It's showtime, my friend. Now if you have to go, I want you to know it's easy to log right back in. Connection too slow. Hope you don't miss the show, 'cause it's showtime, my friend. Here we go. It's time to prepare for our online affair. I do hope you'll stay till the end, 'cause I've tuned up my axe. Sit back and relax. No matter how your day has been, we'll make you smile, make it all worth your while. It's showtime, it's starting in no time. It's showtime. Showtime, my friend. It's showtime. Well, I guess I don't have to shout it now. You guys know I shouted it in the song. Yeah, we've seen quite a few of you that I saw log in early while I was getting things set up. I don't think we said hi to Joan. And let's see. And also Brent, Bud, Brent, and Jeannie. Great. And who else did I not? I didn't say hi to Kim and Mark. Hi, you guys. Everybody else I kind of wrote something to or explained. Yep, Mom looks like everything's still working, I hope. Woo. Let's see. Okay. So today I'm going to do some things that just kind of fell by the wayside, or it's been a while, that kind of a thing. One of them is a song that I wrote. You know what? This is part of what's interesting, what I'm going to do here. I'm thinking that I'm going to do a show where every song that I use is something that maybe I'm embarrassed by or something like that. And we've had Dan O'Malley on here one time when I was talking about, kind of being, I'm not really committed to this song. And he just said, hey, just act as if you mean it. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, why not? Even if it's maybe I think it's corny or whatever. So this song, the one song that I'm going to do right now, is one of those songs. It's it's I don't know if it's corny or whatever the thing is. I wrote it with two other people. Most of our Joan said she didn't make it last time because she got to work for overtime. That's a good thing, Joan. Don't worry. Take that overtime when you get it. Okay. All right. So anyway, I wrote it with Paula Duvall and Samantha Goodall. And really, most of what we did, I proposed the song idea, and they said, oh, yeah. And then I said, okay, well, let's figure out what we're going to talk about. And then I would say, what if we said this? And they went, yeah. And pretty much sometimes I would have a part, and I'd go, what about this? And they go, I don't kind of like that. And so then they would continue to help guide me in the song. So that's where we are on this one. But still, it's a little, it's not really... how do I say? It's not really a biographical piece, but there are some elements in it, and I think we've all been through this kind of thing before, so you'll see what it's called. First Kiss. Here goes. Meet me in the treehouse when the moon comes out, she said. What for? I asked, and when she winked, I felt my face turn red. She laughed. Oh, are you scared? I said, no, I'll be there. And then the sun slowed down in the sky, and my heart beat fast. First kiss, Yeah, I lost my spot. Bye. A little shy, got it now, but flying high. Lost my heart, hope not to die. First kiss. Well, my hands were cold and shaking as we crawled inside of that shack. And when she got right up in my face, the whole down world went black. When I came to, I shook my head. What happened? She grinned. Boy, I'll never tell. But my lips felt warm and funny, and I wanted to yell. First kiss I missed. The chance just passed me by. A little shy, not flying high. Across my heart, I wanted to die. My first kiss. Next day at school, I saw my buddies. I told them a couple of lies. And she walked up and laid one on me. You should have seen the eyes of those guys. First kiss, I didn't miss, but I still don't know which kiss it is. A little shy, but flying high. I crossed my heart and I didn't die. First kiss, didn't miss, and I still don't know which kiss it is. A little shy, but flying high. Crossed my heart and I didn't die. First kiss. First kiss. Yeah, well, you know, we all probably remember that first kiss thing. Man, I'll tell you, it's exciting and scary. Oh, what's going to happen? I remember thinking things like, where am I supposed to put my nose? What do you do if you come in like this? You're going to, and it seems like all that stuff sort of just gets worked out, doesn't it? All right, now here's a song that was written by a lady that I know. Her name is Sydney Ames, and it was she and another songwriter. I don't know who the other writer was for this one. It's called They're Making Tracks of Their Own. Now, this song would have been fine back in the 90s, but 20-some years later, this is funny. It's called They're Making Tracks of Their Own, and what it is about the upcoming country artists who were, coming up and sort of replacing the previous ones. And they're basically, it has two different meanings. They're making tracks, meaning recording tracks, but they're also making their tracks in the world, that kind of a thing. So here it is. You'll recognize a lot of the country names of the people that are the artists that were coming up at that time, but even they're being replaced now. So here it is. They're making tracks of their own. Forgot one little thing. I'm supposed to do a spoken part beforehand. Well, I kind of did, didn't I? It's not that spoken part, though. Here we go. It goes like this. The country we love keeps on changing, and another generation of radio heroes is touching the hearts of America. Maybe it was Memphis or the opening act that opened up our country's state of mind. But there's a country club down in Nashville now where Travis, Pam, and Mary's got it figured out. They're making tracks of their own, straight to me and you. Tracks of their own, paying their dues. They're not trying to fill anyone's shoes. Like the legends we have known, they're on the road, making tracks of their own. Now Garth got us together when he gave us the dance, and Doug and Kathy know how to heal hurting hearts. But when we're scooting boots having fun. Tanya kicks and Ronnie show us how it's done. Yeah, they're making tracks of their own, straight to me and you. Tracks of their own, paying their dues. They're not trying to fill anyone's shoes. Like the legends we have known, they're on the road, making tracks of their own. Colin's in Kentucky, Patty's playing L.A., and George will have them dancing out in Denver tonight. But when we all know, when love starts to hurt, Trisha, Vince, and Alan say just the right words. And the world didn't stop for Reba's broken heart. With a tear in her voice, she found life out there. And when times were tough, courage wasn't enough. Winona and Naoma built a bridge of love. They're making tracks of their own, straight to me and you. Tracks of their own, paying their dues. They're not trying to fill anyone's shoes. Like the legends we have known, they're on the road, making tracks of their own, straight to me and you. Tracks of their own, paying their dues. They're not trying to fill anyone's shoes. Like the legends we have known, they're on the road, making tracks of their own. Tracks of their own. Tracks of their own. Tracks of their own. Kind of a cute song. As I said, a little out of date now because of so many changes going on. I want to do one here. This is a song by Jim Stafford. Now, Jim Stafford did a song called I Don't Like Spiders and Snakes, and That Ain't What It Takes to Love Me. And so he wrote that. He also did one called My Girl Bill, which was a kind of a confusing song until you get the last line. But he did this one called Turning Loose of My Leg. And this is, now I want to put something on here. Almost all of us are on sort of a, what do we call a bell curve. You know how they graded us on bell curve, but we're on bell curves for everything, not just math and science and that. We're also on bell curves with behavior issues and things like in this fella, he's not necessarily shy. It's just he doesn't have any sex drive, and so he finds himself in a different kind of a situation where women are kind of hitting on him, and he's not so sure he likes it. So we're going to do this one and see what you think about it. You know, it's not like he's not gay, nothing like that. But you know, not there's anything wrong with that. But just kind of interesting how this goes. So here we go. Let me see. Get my guitar pick up here in the right angle. Now these girls today, they sure act funny. They take you out and spend their money, but they always seem to expect a favor or two. Well, a girl picked me up about a week ago, and she drugged me out to some drive-in show. I can't begin to say what she put me through. Well, she parked me out in the very last row, reached down and grabbed my knee. My whole life flashed before my eyes. I said, this can't be happening to me. Turn loose of my leg. I don't know you that well. Turn loose of my leg. In love with you I have not fell. I know what you want. Well, just forget it and remove your hand. Turn loose of my leg. I'm not that kind of man. other day I was at the soda shop. I had an ice cream sundae and a soda pop, and the waitress brought me a note from a woman over in a booth. The note said, join me for another round, and I'll pick up your check and show you the town. I can't begin to say what she put me through. Underneath that table, her fingers did the walking till she touched the tip of my shoe. Well, I ran for the door, but she wouldn't let go. I must have drug her for a block or two. I turned loose of my leg. I don't know you that well, turn loose of my leg. In love with you, I have not fell. I know what you want. Well, just forget it and remove your hand. Turn loose of my leg. I'm not that kind of man. You want to hold me and hug me and kiss me on the mouth, and then you make me wanna crawl the walls when your hands start flying south. I turn loose of my leg. I don't know you that well, turn loose of my leg. In love with you, I have not fell. I know what you want. Well, forget it and remove your hand. Turn loose of my leg. I'm not that kind of man. Oh, animal. Now, don't you think we could have some kind of relationship without being so physical? Well, don't you? Apparently you don't. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, well, it looks like Jack and Barb logged in. Hello, you folks. How's it going out there? All right. So we did a little bit of Turn Loose of My Leg by Jim Stafford. Jim Stafford was pretty good, pretty darn good performer. I think he's still alive. I haven't checked up on him recently, but you know, people have their high points, and then they have their falling off. People go, oh, I've seen him before. You know, I'd rather go see who. You know, that's how it works. It's just we have things that we get excited about, and then we kind of get cold on them, I guess. Well, let's do this one here. This is I have to explain on this song. I recorded this like 50 years ago, and in this studio at that time, we could run tape. We could get 2 tracks, and then we could flip that over onto 1 track of another tape recorder, and then we could record 1 new track after that. So let's say we got the drum part down, and we got the bass. So that's being played. That gets moved over to another machine just on 1 track now. It's not stereo anymore. It's just 1 track. Then the next part, you put the guitar on. And so now you got stereo, there are 2 tracks there, but not stereo again. Now you bring it back to this machine. They call it bouncing. You move it over to this machine. So now you've got drums and bass over here, and you have a guitar here. You move that down to 1 track over here, and then you add maybe a voice or another guitar or whatever. But each time you do that, you lose quality. That's one of the things that happens. So, what do we have down here? Cute, funny, made us smile. Good. He lives in Florida. Okay, great. Well, that's cool. I'll check up on more on Jim Stafford. Thanks, Kim. I appreciate that. Okay, so I think Kim, I think we ought to make you our historian or something, because it seems like you can find the answers to all this stuff. You know, I think she's using Google, folks. You know, I just want you to know there might be. Okay, so on this song, because all those tracks are, you know, put together and bounced onto 1 track, I end up not being able to take my voice off of the track and sing it for you. So I'm going to lip sync this song. I've done this for you before, but I realized just recently I bought a plug-in for my recording system. It's a software thing that will allow me to take the voice out and leave the other instrument in. In this case, I also don't like the drum part that I have on here because of the drum machine that I had. I'm going to take that out too. Then I'll be able to play this track, put on maybe a better bass line and some other things on there. But for now, this one is going to just be lip sync. It's called Here We Go Again. Love that rock and roll. Here it is. Got up in the morning with a guitar by my bed. Forgot I started singing. Started playing around with a tune going through my head. Thought I wrote a hit and I thought I'd like to give it a try. Only 7 years later, when you're having fun, how time seems to fly. Got ourselves a band and we're doing alright. Taking care of business, be a hit overnight. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Stars are in our eyes and it looks like it's all coming down. Feel the wheels are turning and there seems to be a no turning around. Babe, we're on our way now and they tell us that we're doing real fine. Girl, you made your choice and I wouldn't take you back for a dime. Meeting all the people who will do us some good. We'd like to be successful if only we could. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Standing backstage and we're dressed in tune and ready to go. Practicing hard and we know every part of the show. Crowd is getting restless and we're getting impatient to play. Running down the hallway, it's a rush, it's just too much to convey. It's all a real gas, we're gonna make it at last. The stage said, I know that you know. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Here we go again, love that rock and roll. Okay, well, I guess it's not a great recording. I'm not even sure it's a great song. And when it says, or we think we wrote a hit, this isn't it. I don't think, and it's okay. But what we did at the end of this, Dick Rosemont, who was the engineer on that session, set it up so that we used the sound, the applause from the Woodstock album to put it on, so it sounded like the singer is going. Well, it didn't work this way because we don't get the good stereo sound. But what it's supposed to sound like is your singer is coming out through a tunnel, and the sound is muffled in there. And then as it comes out, the sound opens up, and you hear all that applause and screaming and stuff. It's supposed to be kind of a cool little thing. Well, we'll see whether I have to re-record the whole song to whatever it lives. So, all right, let's see what else we have here. Well, I wanted to do this other silly thing for you. Now, I'm going to save that. Let's do this instead. Here's a song called Best Worst Night, and Dua Langowski and I wrote this song a few months back. I've played it here before, but it's been a while. It looks like it was way back in April or May. I couldn't believe it. So here it is. See how you like this one. I think it's a cute story. Here we go. It was gonna be the world's most perfect first date. till we blew a tire on a gravel road in my old Chevrolet. There was no spare in the trunk. Then I remembered under all that junk was a mason jar just begging to be drunk. So we drank a toast to bad luck. It was our best, worst night. Standing on that country road, talking, laughing, singing and dancing to the songs on the radio. No, it didn't go as planned. We thank our lucky stars for that, along with the moon and the shine. It was the best, worst night of our lives. And the clouds rolled in, the rain poured down. By then we didn't care. There was no stopping our boots stomping and mud flying everywhere. When the tow truck finally arrived, the driver shook his head and sighed. This has got to be the worst night of your lives. Well, that good old boy was only half right. It was our best, worst night. Stranded on that country road, talking, laughing, singing and dancing to the songs on the radio. No, it didn't go as planned. Thank our lucky stars for that, along with the moon and the shine. It was the best, worst night of our lives. Now every year we drive on back with a mason jar to celebrate that flat. It was our best, worst night. Stranded on that country road, talking, laughing, singing and dancing to the songs on the radio. No, it didn't go as planned. Thank our lucky stars for that, along with the moon and the shine. It was the best, worst night. Best, worst night. It was the best, worst night of our lives. Best, worst night. There could be such a thing. Hey, we've had a terrible time. We had a terrible time many times. And of all those times, that's the best one. We worked hard on this one, too, coming up with certain phrases. Like at one point he said, we originally started out saying there was some mason jars in the trunk. And I said, I don't want your main singer to sound like he knew all along that he had a trunk full of this and that maybe he made the flat tire go flat so he could try to put the hustle on. And so Dewey said, well, in that case, let's say there's no spare in the trunk. Then I remembered under all that junk and went, hey, while we're here, let's just have a good time. Besides that, they didn't have to worry about driving home. They're not going to be able to. They're going to have that guy drop them off, the guy who picks them up. So anyway, that's part of the method that happens in songwriting. We try to write through to things that make your main character sound pleasant, unless it's Mac the Knife. All right, what do we have? Here's a song. I don't know that something told me that I did this for you folks before, but I don't have anything that proves it. So I'm just going to do this thing, and I will have to scroll the screen at one point, but... Oh, I see. Today's sun has lost its flare, hours gone that we have shared. Pick up your teddy bear, take my hand and we will climb the stair. Pillow dreams calling you, Twinkling stars see you through night till day dawns. And for you, my love true, I will sing a soft lullaby for Andy. Sweet as a smile on her face. Sing a soft lullaby for Andy. Precious and gentle and lovely like lace. Close those sleepy eyes, dark now were once blue skies. Trust me and realize tomorrow once again the sun will rise. Pillow dreams calling you, twinkling stars see you through. Fates will watch over you, and morning will come. Lullaby and good night. Close your eyes and sleep tight. Sun is gone, sleepyhead. Sandman calls to your bed. Today's sun has lost its flare, hours gone that we have shared. Pick up your teddy bear, take my hand and we will climb the stair. Pillow dreams calling you, twinkling stars see you through. Fates will watch over you, and morning will come. It's Lullaby for Andy. As I said, I don't know that I've ever played it before. Kim, since you're our historian, do you remember whether I did that before? I don't know. I don't know. You're not really keeping track of all these songs. That's okay. I'm just having fun here. Let's do one that I skipped over before. I skipped over a couple of shows ago. I kept moving it forward, and this time we're gonna do it. So basically, you're not going to believe this is real anyway, but it's a story I like to tell. Well, when I made my trips down to Nashville in the 1990s, my mom told me to visit my Aunt Jean and cousin Billy, who live in Kentucky. Well, when I got down there, I found out that Billy was away at a construction job, and Aunt Jean, well, she showed me a letter that she was writing to Billy and she wanted to have me look at it because she said that she hadn't been to much school, and she wanted to make sure I spelled everything okay. Well, I saw what she'd written there, and I'm remembering this. Okay, I saw what she'd written there, and I asked her for a copy. I said, Aunt Jean, the letter's fine. Just let me have a copy. So here's a copy of this letter. Dear son, I'm going to use a little bit of her accent. Dear son, I'm writing this here letter slow because I know you can't read fast. We don't live where we did when you left. Your father read in the paper where most accidents happen within 20 miles of home, so we moved. Now, I won't be able to send you the new address because the last Kentucky family what lived here took the numbers with them for their new house so they wouldn't have to memorize a new address. Now, this place has a washing machine. Oh, my, the first day I put 4 shirts in it, pulled the chain, and haven't seen them since. Hope they come back one of these days. Well, that coat, speaking of that, the coat that you sent to me, that you wanted me to send you, your Aunt Sue said it would be too heavy to send in the mail with all them big, heavy buttons on. So we cut them off and put them in the pockets. About your sister, oh, she had a baby this morning. I haven't found out whether it's a boy nor a girl, so I don't know if you're an aunt or an uncle. Speaking of uncles, your Uncle John fell into a whiskey vat. Some men tried to pull him out, but he fought them off, so he drowned. We cremated him, and he burned for 3 days. Speaking of three of your friends went off the bridge in a pickup truck. One was driving, and the other two were in the back. Now, the driver got out. He rolled down the window and swam to safety. The other two boys drowned because they couldn't get the tailgate down. Well, not much more news this time. Nothing much happened. Write more often. Love, your mother. Oh, P.S. I was going to send you some money, but the envelope was already sealed. I'm going to let you think about that one for a minute. Heck, I got to think about it for a minute. What am I talking? All right, let's see what you have down. Kim, you wrote, we aren't remembering it, we think. Yeah, I think what I did is I put it on a list, and then when I was looking at future lists, it hadn't come off the old list that I didn't play. Anyway, long story, but kind of like that one a little bit. I should mention, too, I want to mention the other songwriters on that one. One of those writers was Steve Raymond, who was in rock bands way back then, but he had this little... And he thought it sounded a little bit like Tammy My Love, which was a song back from the 60s. And you know what, though? Chord changes are not copyrightable, so even if it was. The other person who worked on this was a woman by the name of Heather Cripps, who was one of my background singers and also on some songs that I recorded. And I haven't been able to find her. I'm out of touch. She may be in, somebody said she was probably in Chicago. But anyway, she wrote some of the kind of sweet words that probably I wouldn't use. But that's what makes it kind of what it is. It's perfect for a lullaby. All right, let's move on here. Oh my, after doing that cute little letter from the going to see my cousin Billy, I'm going to do this very, very heavy song called Moth and Flame. Now, this was written by Ria Van Atta. I moved some words around, but I'm not trying to say that I wrote anything with this. The thing is, though, the song, as she wrote it, was, let's see, it was more like, is that right? A flat to D plus. Well, anyway, I can't play it for you the way that she did, but she played the song as a ballad, and it's very, very mellow, real pretty, sort of a folk song. But as soon as I heard her play it, the chords have these minor chords in it, and the way that they move between chords also is like, whoa. So, oh, I see. So you guys are responding to. There's a delay between the time that I actually do the songs and just whatever, and the time that you see it. It's just about, it could be 30 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever. But anyway, so that's why I look at your responses and you go, oh, you guys were chuckling about the last thing. All right, this one, you ain't going to chuckle about this. This is called Moth and Flame. As I say, it starts out, well, it didn't start out. It started out as a different kind of song than the one that I heard. I heard it as a Led Zeppelin song. So see what you think. I'm not going to do the high voice, but I'll do my voice. The flame is flickering. Moth has no fear. The flame is beckoning, drawing her near, round and round. She circles the light so much joy in perilous flight. She flies so close, she nearly falls. Closer still, a siren he calls, promising his kiss will not burn. Closer still, with each flutter and turn. The flame is flickering, moth beats her wings. The flame is beckoning, a love song he sings. The moths consumed by a shroud of desire. Blinded she flies into the fire. Scorched her wings and tortured dreams. Will she surrender? Lies worn thin, but instincts win. She will surrender. Weak but still, she flies through the rain, hypnotized by coveted flame. Round and round she circles the light, desperate in her spiraling flight. The flame is flickering, drawing her near. The flame is beckoning, love insincere. The flame is flickering. Well, it's dark, isn't it? Oh, man. Yeah, it's so different from the original version. It's just really interesting for me. All right, where are we now on the list here? We did that. Ooh, we have time for a few more things here. But I want to do something a little more up right now. Let's do this one. This is called Give a Little Love. This is, I think, the song that when I said I thought it was a little embarrassing. And Dan O'Malley said, hey, just, he didn't use these words. It was not, it's more modern. It's like commit to it. Just, go for it. So here it is. This is called Give It a Little Love, and I may repeat this one in a few weeks when I do all the embarrassing songs that I ever had and try not to be embarrassed. Oh, let's see. Oh, Daniel's there. Hello. Can you remember that phrase, Daniel? I don't remember what it is about committing to it. Anyway, all right. So let's see. I got to get my notes. Sorry here, folks. Oh, I see. It's A5. Da, da, da. I got it now. Da, 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 da. And you just happen to be here for this one too, Daniel. All right, here goes. I wonder if it had a rip snorting guitar part, it would make any difference. I don't think so, Daniel. Listen, you'll say there's no place for you in there. So here we go. Important I get those notes. You've got to give a little love to get a little love, and you can sing a little song of love to make the world want a little love along with you. And when you do, a little love will find you. The world was so in need of love, she wasn't getting by very well. Every time she turned, she seemed another reason to cry. Looking for the right advice, we dialed up the number of paradise. A voice came on and you know what it said. You've got to give a little love to get a little love, and you can sing a little song of love to make the world want a little love along with you. And when you do, a little love will find you. Now a song can make you happy, and when you're happy, people see that you shine. And the light that you give is reflected in the things that you do. It's bright as day before too long, the night washed away with a simple song. It's like magic in the hands of you and me. You got to give a little love to get a little love, and you can sing a little song of love to make the world want a little love along with you. And when you do, a little love will find you. You've got to give a little love to get a little love, and you can sing a little song of love to make the world want a little love along with you. And when you do, a little love will find you. You've got to give a little love to get a little love, and you can sing a little song of love to make the world want a little love along with you. And when you do, love will find you. You've got to give a little love to get a little love, and you can sing a little song of love to make the world want a little love along with you. And when you do, a little love will find you. I say that I don't think that would quite have a lead part for you in there, Daniel. This is sort of more like Tony Orlando and Dawn. It just doesn't seem like it would be right with one of those rip snorting guitar parts. Maybe just to get the regular guitar parts to sound better. All right, now I'm going to do two more things here before we kind of roll up here. And I've done this before in a pair. I do the one song and then I do the other. The first one is the original version, the way that I originally imagined it. Well, no, I have to change that a little bit because Tom Hagen is the one who did the arrangement for this, and he came up with all kinds of wonderful things to put into this thing with the various instruments that he has in there. But as I say, I imagined it as a ballad, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the ballad first, and then I want to do the up-tempo version. The reason I did all of this is because I played the ballad for Janice, and she said, well, this is a sad song. I said, no, it's not. Listen to the words. All my dreams were all dreamed out when you walked into my life. Looking in your eyes, I saw what I could be. And basically it's saying this person changed, gave me hope again and all that kind of stuff. And she said, well, yeah, but the music is so sad sounding that it just feels like a sad song. So So I came up with the idea to do the second version, which I'll do after this one. So anyway, here's the original one, and especially listen to the clarinet or saxophone parts that are on here. A really, really nice job with that from Tom Hagen. Here we go. All my dreams were all dreamed out when you walked into my life. Looking in your eyes, I saw what I could be. When you hold me in your arms, I can make the world turn when I want to. Girl, you're the only real love I've ever known. I was always scared to face the sky and take off flying. I was always too afraid that I might fall. I'll fly higher than the stars if I know that you'll be there to catch me, girl. You're the only real love I've ever known. I was sure I'd been in love so many times before, but 100 lovers couldn't equal you. When I think of all the time that I wasted, I could almost cry, but at least I know those wasted days are through. I'd be lost and empty if tomorrow I should lose you, but you showed me I can make it on my own. And I'd climb to the top and shout to the world, it's all because you love me, girl. You're the only real love I've ever known. Here we go. When I think of all the time that I've wasted, I could almost cry, but at least I know those wasted days are through. I'd be lost and empty if tomorrow I should lose you, but you showed me I can make it on my own. And I'd climb to the top and shout to the world, it's all because you love me, girl. You're the only real love I've ever known. You're the only real love I've ever known. Ooh, yeah, I agree with you, Kim. It's soft, bluesy, and romantic. Even the saxophone part at the beginning makes me think of those old movies, the black and white, the detective shows. You know that they had. It could be a movie, it could be a TV show. The black and whites where there'd be that saxophone whenever the femme fatale would show up, that kind of thing. Say, please touch more reverb on the voice in this version. Yeah, you're right. Here's some reverb here. But it didn't ring out very much for some reason. You know, all the music, sometimes it covers that up. There are some tools that I can use to do that, but then you have to apply all the reverb to the original background recording. And if you don't sing in perfect time, it sounds real funny. As it was, there were little backup harmony parts that came in, would just sing a little bit. And my timing wasn't the same as the backup, but the backup's supposed to follow me, so haha. Anyway, All right. So I want to do the other version of it now. What I call the big band version. Same song, same lyrics, same chord progressions, speeded up with different instrumentation. Very interesting things that can happen to a song. It's hard to believe it's the same song. Here we go. All my dreams were all dreamed out when you walked into my life. Looking in your eyes, I saw what I could be. When you hold me in your arms, I can make the world turn when I want to. Girls, you're the only real love I've ever known. I was always scared to face the sky and take off flying. I was always too afraid that I might fall. I'll fly higher than the stars, that you'll be there to catch me. Girl, you're the only real love I've ever known. I was sure I'd been in love so many times before, but 100 lovers couldn't equal you. When I think of all the time that I wasted, I could almost cry. But at least I know those wasted days are through. I'd be lost and empty if tomorrow I should lose you. But you showed me I can make it on my own. And I'd climb to the top and shout to the world, it's all because you love me. Girls, you're the only real love I've ever known. Take it away, Tom. I'd be lost and empty if tomorrow I should lose you. But you showed me I can make it on my own, yeah. And I'd climb to the top and shout to the world, it's all because you love me. Girls, you're the only real love I've ever known. You're the only real love I've no, yeah, only real love. Hey, hey. Da, 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 da. And the drums were being played by Sherry Hagen, Tom's wife. She did that drum work on there. And boom, bleep, the part in the middle there that was a little bit like Gene Krupa, I think. It reminds me of him. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you for being here this week. I'm going to roll us out again with what I call the TV segment music. And I like to turn it down a little bit while we're doing it. Anyway, what's so cool that you guys are here. I mean, look, I play these songs sometimes by myself. I'm sitting here, but it's so much fun having you folks in there and kind of bringing out some of the comments and so on. And also nice seeing some of the information behind the songs when presented by Kim Wright. Thank you, Kim. I look over here as if I can see your faces or something, you know. Yeah, all right. Yeah, a lot of different stuff this show, wasn't it? You know, brought some things that you'd never heard before. And a few things you'd heard before, maybe a little bit differently. So, I think, oh my gosh, I feel myself feeling kind of weak and like I'm fading away or something. Like